Fine, let's begin. The topic for today is urban development. Okay, it's a very important part in our prelims where questions can be asked about the schemes relating to Government of Karnataka and Government of India, where and as well as in mains, wherein questions can you are most likely to get a question based on something relating to urban development, that is for sure. It could be infrastructure, it could be transportation, it could be water, which is an impending crisis right now, right? So in all of this, you can definitely expect questions from this particular area. So it's needless to say that it is very important, right? Now under this, we will quickly be looking into all the schemes which are relating to it. We will try to move fast because we have a lot of ground to cover in this span of 2.5 to 3 hours, right? So without much ado, just give me 1 second, I'll just figure this out. Okay. So Gandhiji once during independence said one particular statement. He said that India lives in its villages, right? So that time you saw that almost the majority of the country used to live in villages. Small amount of population used to live in the cities. As we stand today, there are many reports, World Population Report, something called as UNCTAD, which is given by, UNCTAD gives one report which is called as World Investment Report. All of this indicates that 38% of today's population lives in our cities, right? And it gives us a projection also. So in this projection, it tells us that by 2050, 50% of or more than 50% of our population would start living in the cities. Okay, so Gandhiji's adage that India lives in its village will become something of the past. So it would no longer hold true, right? So let me ask you guys a question. Now can you tell me which are the cities which are created after independence? Can you name any one city in full of India which is created after independence? Sorry? Gujarat? Indore. Indore was already there. You see that Indore, have you heard of Holkars of Indore during Marathas? Chandigarh. Okay, very good. That is one city which we can name which is created after independence. Can you name any other city which is created after independence? Gandhinagar was there. During, like way before also it was there. Development happened, but the city was there. Very good. All of you are giving the right answer. That is, almost no cities have been created, right? But we see that more and more rural to urban migration is definitely happening. Now with this urban migration which is happening, so many people coming to the cities to live. Why? Because they feel that there is more livelihood opportunities, that is job opportunities over here, better infrastructure, better standard of living, okay, more access to electricity, water I was supposed to tell, but considering Bangalore situation right now, we can't really say that, okay, but public transportation, all of these things are generally better, right? So many of them, they go from rural to urban, and we can see this trend as indicated in the World Investment Report which is given by UNCTAD. Now why is urbanization important? What is the importance of urbanization? We see that urbanization, whatever urban centers are there, that is cities are there, they are like the growth pockets which are there for the whole of the country. They act as engines of growth. This is a keyword which you can use in your answers. Okay, engines of growth. So they help us transition from rural economies to industrial economies, right? Now Karnataka is the second, what was the population I told you which was there in the urban pockets right now? Do you guys remember? 38%. Okay, so right now Karnataka's urban population is also 38%. That is 38% of Karnataka lives. So it's the same as India. India also 38%, Karnataka also 38%. Got it? So we are the 8th largest state when it comes to the area. In that 8th largest state, we have 38% of the population according to 2011 census, because that was the last conducted census. Now, the third one is regional disparities. Okay, that is the importance of, or that is like the characteristic of Karnataka's urban development program. Now, when we talk about the characteristics of urban development program, we see that there is huge disparities. Like for example, when we look at certain districts like Bangalore, 90% of Bangalore lives in its urban areas when it comes to population. Whereas if you look at certain other districts like let's say Kodagu, only about 14% live in the cities. So one side you have Bangalore where more than 90% are living in cities. One more side you have Kodagu where only 14% are living in cities. Why? Because people are spread all over the district there. Correct? Next one, you see that certain places have high trajectories of growth. That means that certain cities, certain pockets in Karnataka are experiencing fast growth when it comes to establishing urban centers. What are these fast placed places? Like for example, Udupi, Dakshin Karnataka. Now Udupi and Dakshin Karnataka, okay. Now Udupi and Dakshin Karnataka, they are growing very rapidly. Do you see that rapid urbanization is there in Udupi and Dakshin Karnataka? Whereas there are certain other places in Karnataka which is showing very slow growth rate. What are these places? You have Uttar Karnataka or Uttar Kannada, Raichur and Gadag. Now they exhibit a slow growth rate. Slow growth rate means they are growing in terms of creating cities, but it's very slow. Okay, Dakshin Kannada, Udupi, that is the southern coastal belt and the middle coastal belt, that is experiencing faster because of ports, right? Next one, you see that 70% of the urban population in Karnataka, okay, they reside in just 10% of the area. What is the population of Karnataka? 6 crore is little old. Now maybe a little bit higher, okay, around 7-8 crores, 7.5 crores. Now this 7.5 crores, I am telling you that 70%, right? 70% of the urban population, whatever in urban pockets population is there, they just live in 10% of the area. Do you understand this? Okay, so you see a very skewed dispersion of population, right? Wherever urban pockets are there more population will be there. Wherever it is spread widely, there very less population will be there. That is all the point I am trying to make. Okay. Next one, there is a correlation. Okay, there is a correlation, that is, I can tell a positive correlation between the city size and the city growth rate. What do I mean by this? Smaller city, smaller growth rate when it comes to cities in Karnataka. Smaller cities, smaller growth rate. Larger cities, larger growth rate. Is this fine? Smaller cities, smaller growth rate. Larger cities, larger growth rate. Okay. Next one is that Karnataka's urbanization, it highlights unequal economic development, so it ends up necessitating special attention. Okay. So this is the next point, which is the characteristic of urban development of Karnataka. Okay. So you see that overall the state aims to foster very democratic, vibrant urban local bodies and promote sustainable inclusive development, okay, when it comes to the growth strategies. So these are all the points which you can use as fodder when writing your mains answers. Okay. So this was the introduction. Okay, now we move ahead. Okay, there is a small question for you right now. Okay, there is a small mistake in this. Okay, let me just correct it for you. But let's try to answer. I know that I have not told you anything of yet, but you will see when I explain it through the slides. Okay, so here the question is this, that when was the Karnataka Slum Clearance Board, when was the Slum Clearance Board, okay, redesignated as the Karnataka Slum Development Board? Can anyone try to give a guess? 1975? Okay. Sorry? 2010 or 12. Okay, that means to say, the question is very simple, that there was a board in Karnataka. Okay, it was in charge for something to do with slums. First it was called as Slum Clearance Board. The next it is called as Slum Development Board. When did that name change happen is what they are trying to ask you. Okay, so one of you told me 1975, the other told 2010. Okay, so the correct answer for this is 1975. Okay, so 1975 what happened is that they changed the name from Slum Clearance Board to Slum Development Board. Now what happens here, okay, it's not just a name change. If you try to observe what exactly is going on, it's not just a name change. That means to say, first what did they want to do with slums? You guys know what is slums, no? Slums means squatter settlements, okay. So squatter settlements means people will come, they will start residing there, okay, and there will not, it will be devoid of any big infrastructure, like for example, there will not be proper drainage system or sewerage system, there will not be electricity lines, so usually they'll have to steal the electricity lines, okay, it will be of very unhygienic conditions, okay, crime rates will be more. So these are the usual characteristics of slums. So people will come, they will not be able to afford rent, so they will just settle down, and usually one person comes, two person comes, 100 people come, 300 people come, 500 people come, they will start settling there, okay, they will start cooking there, they will start living there, eventually it will become their land, okay. First initially the objective of places like this, these were called as slums. So the objective for places like this was that you clear them out. It's not their land, you have to clear them out. But now, you guys have seen this Rajnikant's movie called Kala? Any of you? No? So it's about Dharavi slum, right? So in that Dharavi slum, it's about two conflicting ideologies where government feels that these people have to clear out and their buildings have to be built. But on the other hand, the people of that slum feel that they have been here for generations, it's their land. They might not have the papers to tell that it's their land, but it's their land nevertheless. So this creates a paradigm shift, this creates a, how do I put it, dilemma, right? Now, clearance means that you just vacate them. Development means you don't leave them as they are, you try to you try to give them some kind of a alternative, you try to rehabilitate them, you try to build them houses, okay, and this is the true objective of a welfare state as given in our Article 38, right? So here, can you tell me in 1975 who was the chief minister? Devaraj Urs, very good. Okay, so this particular thing, name change, you can see in the vision itself that it was Honorable Chief Ministers, ex-Chief Ministers, Devaraj Urs sir, right? So 1975 this happened according to section 33 of KSA Act, okay, that is Karnataka Slums Act 1975. This name change was brought about. Okay, recently also, about last month in March, this was again in news, where 36,000 odd new houses were given to slum dwellers. Okay, where near this KR-Puram, you guys know KR-Puram, no? So there around 36,000 houses were allotted. So you can see that it's not a small thing, okay, it can change somebody's life, right? So after this, if we go on to the next question. Which agency is a key agency for housing in Karnataka? Okay, can you guys try this? How come everybody is giving the wrong answer? Or is it like some echo effect or something? Come again? It is Karnataka Housing Board. Okay, so it is recognized as the key agency for housing in Karnataka, and you can see it over here that Karnataka Housing Board was established under the Karnataka Housing Board Act, okay, in 1962. Now this succeeded the Mysore Housing Board, which is formed in 1956. So the old name was Mysore Housing Board, the new name was KHB. Now you know that KSB, it has a lot of houses when it comes to different income groups of people. Either it can be LIG, MIG, HIG, below poverty line categories. So the main objective is very simple. It's an institutional setup to give houses to poor people. Okay. So it caters to as a key agency for housing, right, in Karnataka. And what is the main objective here? The main objective here is that it tries to give some kind of eco-friendly houses. Okay. It ensures constant improvement in delivery and quality. So it gives us, it strives to give customer satisfaction, efficient infrastructure services in a more transparent, consumer-friendly, consultative, participative manner. There is where people with the eligible qualifications, they have to apply with their particular documents, and it is told that who is eligible, who is not, that particular list will come out. Then if that particular person is interested, they can claim that house by paying whatever is there. It will be at a very subsidized rate. Okay, there will be loans also which will be given to these projects, and after all the loan is paid, there will be some subsidy. There will be some subsidy also which will be given. It will be a credit-linked subsidy. Credit-linked subsidy means, for example, 20 lakhs is given as a loan. After that person pays 17 lakhs, 3 lakhs will be given as subsidy. But for that, 17 lakhs have to be paid in full installments. Last, the 3 lakhs will be allotted. Okay. Okay, and as we saw in the other question, it was constituted, Karnataka Slum Development Board was constituted in July 1975 for the welfare and development of slums. Okay, and it is right now it is redesignated as the Karnataka Slum Development Board during 2010. Okay, this was this thing redesignation which happened. The main objective is to provide basic amenities to the slum dwellers, and so basically there is this small thing that the Karnataka Clearance Board became Karnataka Slum Development Board in 1975, but the overall rehaul, that is the overall change in the whole this thing, it happened in 2010. Okay, so that is why there might be a small confusion there. Okay, so this is where the development comes in. This is where the redesignation happens. Okay. After this, you have Rajiv Gandhi Corporation Limited. Okay, it is established in 2000. So what is this? It is established as a special purpose vehicle. Okay, the main aim for this is socially and economically weaker sections. Okay, socially and economically weaker sections. The nodal agency for this is the central government and state government housing schemes, right? So the achievements of this is that it facilitated construction of 45 lakh houses. This is the progress which it made. Okay, and it distributed some sites. How many sites? Sites for construction, about 2.29 lakh sites under rural housing schemes. Okay, so this is the latest data until November 2023. This is what happened. Okay, and about 33,000 crores investment went into this. Okay. Now you have another small question here. Okay, so which agency implements the VAJP urban housing scheme? Okay, so here the answer is Rajiv Gandhi Housing Corporation Limited. Okay. One more thing, which scheme aims to achieve housing for all by 2022? Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Okay. So over here again, you see this, that there is a very easy question, direct question. Okay. So let's have a look about these schemes. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, okay, Awas means housing. So it is a central government scheme because Pradhan Mantri, okay. So what it mainly aims to achieve is housing for all by 2022. Was this achieved? Obviously no, okay. But still they made very considerable progress, right. So under which ministry does this come? It comes under the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, okay. It comes under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It's a very important ministry. It caters to a lot of schemes, like, have you guys heard of Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Urban Livelihood Mission? So you see a lot of things there, okay. So apart from this, who are the beneficiaries under this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana? So you see that it mainly caters to the economically weaker sections. Economically weaker sections, again it makes this particular division, okay, with 3 lakh annual income, low income group with 6 lakhs, middle income group with 18 lakhs, okay. So it includes the slum dwellers also, okay. And apart from this, you can see that there is a slum definition also which is given to you. What is a slum? If someone asks you, or if you have to quote it in means, area with at least 300 people or 60 to 70 households which are poorly built with inadequate facilities, with inadequate rudimentary facilities, basic facilities, is called as a slum. So this 300 number is something which you have to remember, okay. After this, there is something called as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana's verticals, okay. Verticals means there are mainly 4 verticals over here. So under this 4 verticals, you can see the first one under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, it's a component basically. So the first one is called as in situ slum redevelopment. So in situ slum redevelopment means, usually I'll tell you the problem with slum redevelopment. So if a slum is there, then what is going to happen? That slum people, they will give you new houses. People in the slum are going to get new houses as sanctioned by the government. But that slum is going to be somewhere far away. Like for example, let's say they are vacating this Goripalya area, okay. But the houses allotted to them will be some 30-40 kilometers in Mysore Road. Now it creates a practical difficulty because people who are staying in these slums will have businesses, small businesses, or they'll be working somewhere over here in the city. So again what is going to happen, they'll take that house, but they will again come here to work back, right. So again they'll have to travel 2-3 days, they'll travel 5 days, they'll travel 10 days, they'll travel, then again they'll come and start settling again over here. So this creates a problem which doesn't end. So that is why the solution is in situ slum redevelopment. In situ slum redevelopment, what is going to happen? The government of India is going to give you a grant of 1 lakh per house, okay, wherein the house will be first of all constructed there itself, okay, and on top of that 1 lakh is going to be given to each one of them. So this is called as in situ slum redevelopment. So usually why do they do this? That why will they go somewhere? Because in Vijayanagar, in Goripalya, near Goripalya, the real estate is very high. Somewhere there the real estate will be very low. But this actually doesn't end the problem, right? Second one is affordable housing through credit linked subsidy. I have already told you what is credit linked subsidy. Credit linked subsidy means there will be a certain amount of loan which you can take. Let it be, say, let's say 20 lakh is the rate of the house. In that, okay, there will be a certain amount which will be given as a subsidy once that person pays EMI. Many of the times if you go to bank, they will not even tell you that you can claim Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. You have to specifically go and ask that I want under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, do I have any benefit? This is my salary slip, this is my this thing. So these are my documents. Can I get this particular loan? That time they will tell you that yes, okay, you can get. How much can you get under this affordable housing through credit linked subsidy? Usually, okay, it is 3% to 6% interest subvention, okay, and 2.67%, up to 2.67%, okay, credit linked subsidy. Now you might ask, what is the difference between interest linked subsidy and credit linked subsidy? Very, very simple. Interest linked subsidy means if the bank is charging 8% for your housing loan, interest linked subsidy will reduce that, meaning to say you will get that housing loan at 5%. Understood this? Credit linked subsidy means housing loan will be allotted to you. You have to go on paying EMIs. Last only subsidy only they will minus 2.67 lakhs and they will give you. Okay? Is this understood, everyone? Next one, affordable housing in partnership. So affordable housing in partnership or affordable housing through partnership, okay, it is usually that public-private partnership, see houses will be built by some builder, okay. Now they have to come in contact with this thing. They will usually public-private partnership projects are also undertaken. So in this case, what is going to happen? Through partnership, they will tell that, okay, per house I can give this much of discount. Okay, so this how much of discount is given? 1.5 lakh discount per house, because they'll be building 2,000 houses, 5,000 houses and all, no? So it's a very big project for them. So through that economies of scale, like generally if you go and take one thali in a restaurant, you will get it for 100 rupees. If you take 1,000 plates, maybe you will get it for lesser price. This is how they negotiate. But the government doesn't keep this benefit, it passes it on to the consumer. Did you understand this? Next one is beneficiary-led individual house construction. Beneficiary-led individual led construction is basically catering to all the EWS category. Okay, EW economically weaker sections. Okay, so this finishes up our Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Okay. After this, there is something called as VAJP Urban Housing Scheme. VAJP Urban Housing Scheme. Okay, so VAJP Urban Housing Scheme is something which caters exclusively to the economically weaker sections category. Okay, it tries to give homes to the homeless. Okay, in urban areas. So prior to 2010-11, this particular scheme had a different name. What was the different name? It was called as Urban Ashraya. Okay, that was the previous name for this, Urban Ashraya. So this particular thing, VAJP Urban Housing Scheme, it is implemented by Rajiv Gandhi Rural Housing Corporation Limited. So sometimes you can get an MCQ based on this, that it is implemented by Rajiv Gandhi Rural Housing Corporation Limited. Who implements it? So usually when you observe in the questions, most of the time you can see one trend, that whenever they tell that it is implemented by, it is this particular thing. So usually any ministry, any this thing will usually go wrong. Okay, so this is one observation, but nevertheless, so how this usually works is that out of 100 questions, can you know answers to all the questions? Is it humanly possible? No, you cannot know answers to all this thing. You cannot remember all the data. It is very, very difficult to remember every number, right? It seems almost humanly impossible. Now, how do you cater to this? See, if you have decently studied, you will be knowing the important schemes, important who is instituting it, under which ministry it comes, at least this you will be knowing. Now, after knowing this, okay, if let's say for 50 questions you know, 50 questions you don't know. For that 50 questions you don't know, that is where you have to apply these small tricks to try to find out. Whatever you know, you have to try to go by it. Okay? Because ultimately with 50 questions we can't pass the exam, no? We'll have to attend a little bit more. So at least there, instead of trying to take a blind guess, that is at least we'll try to observe a few trends, see if it comes in handy. But whatever we should have studied, we should have studied. Now coming to that fact, whether can we remember all the data, can we remember all the facts? Don't remember all the facts, okay, because you don't have to remember everything to pass. First of all, try to limit what you are trying to study. Like for example, let's say make a small book of all the numbers you encounter, okay, and just keep revising it again and again and again. Like for example, just make some 250 to 500 facts, how much ever is your memory. And this fact book should only consist of a lot of numbers. So this much you just try to remember. If it comes anything other than this, Govinda, it's okay. Okay. So if at least this 250 to 500, if it comes, you just mark and come. Because if you try to study infinitely, it just goes on and you cannot remember everything. At least here there is a limit. You would have studied this every day rather than just coming in here and there, right? Okay. Now, I told you that it is this VAJP Urban Housing Scheme is implemented by Rajiv Gandhi Rural Housing Corporation Limited, and it goes up to the end of November 2023. About 3,857 houses were constructed under this particular scheme. Okay. After this, we have one more this Karnataka scheme here, which is called as Devaraj Urs housing scheme. Okay. So this particular scheme, you might get this question that when was it introduced, questions like that. Okay. So it was introduced in 2014. So this is a very egalitarian approach to housing. It tries to give houses to the most poorest of the poor people. So who are these poor people? Who are these special category people? One is if you are physically disabled, okay, or physically handicapped rather. And right now the new term for this is Divyangs, right? You should not call them physically handicapped. After this, leprosy cured people, okay, HIV affected. Now here you have to observe one thing. It is leprosy cured. It is not people with leprosy, okay? Because if you keep a person with people with leprosy and again keep someone next to that particular house, it might cause a health disaster. So leprosy cured people, HIV affected people, Devadasis. Do you know which is the state to bring a legislation for Devadasis in India? First state? Karnataka, right? And nomadic tribes, Safai Karamcharis, okay, riot affected, bonded laborers, widows, orphans, transgenders, etc. Okay. So over here you see that generally for all these sections you see that 1.2 lakh per unit cost is given, that is for each housing 1.2 lakh is given from the government side, and 1.5 lakh is given if you are an SC or ST. Okay. So up till the recent data suggests November 2023, it tells that 136 houses have been constructed under this particular scheme. Compared to the center, it is nothing very great, very this thing, but still it is progress in its own right. Okay. Next one, B.R. Ambedkar Nivasa Yojane. Okay. So B.R. Ambedkar Nivasa Yojane, it aims to provide housing facility to houseless households belonging to SC/ST in rural and urban areas. So two things which you have to observe, it is not for everybody, it is only for SC/ST, because you know that when you hear the word Ambedkar, SC comes to your mind, no? Okay, so because he was a champion of their rights, but along with that ST is also included. Only SC if they give, it is wrong, SC and ST, okay, and along with that, if they have given only urban areas, because housing schemes usually happen in urban areas, that is also wrong, it's both urban and rural, okay. So it is implemented from 2015-16. A subsidy of rupees 1.75 lakhs and rupees 2 lakhs have been provided to the households. Okay. So about 1,738 houses were constructed over here. Okay. After this, you have the CM 1 lakh multi-story Bengaluru housing program. So as the name itself suggests, okay, this is the this thing of the building, the image of the building. So it is again implemented by Rajiv Gandhi Housing Corporation Limited. Okay, and it is based on a self-sustaining model. A very interesting concept here, self-sustaining model. How does it self-sustain? Now you know that revenue department will confiscate a lot of lands. Okay, so these people, revenue department will give that land to this particular housing project. So they get the land from there, or else they had to pay for the land. Now they are getting the land from there. Next they will go to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri, this housing for all schemes and all, and they will try to get the money from that particular area. After that, they will try to again do public-private partnership, okay, with the different people who are coming to build the houses. So from all the areas, they try to make it self-sustaining. That is, they are getting the land, they are bringing the builders, they are converging with the schemes. So it becomes self-sustaining, where everything works for everything else, right? So this happens on a public-private partnership. This is something which you have to remember, okay? So this is about the housing schemes. Now we'll quickly move on to the other aspects, okay? So when it comes to the other aspects, we see that urban infrastructure consists of drinking water, sanitation, sewage systems, electricity, gas distribution, urban transport, health services, environmental regulation. Okay. as the name itself there, urban infrastructure means for you to live in a city, what all should be there? The first thing is that there should be water, there should be electricity, there should be some kind of infrastructure, there should be well-built roads, okay? These are all the things which are there. There should be public transportation, right? There should be some environmental regulation on what kind of houses to build, okay? All of these other concepts, okay? So, in this, we come to a very important area. You can definitely expect a question in this area because of the impending water crisis which is going on, okay? So, over here, we see that Karnataka is a highly water stressed area. Almost after Rajasthan, I think we see that according to something called as ISRO Desertification Atlas, we see that the second most driest place is Karnataka only, right? And 38% of the urban population, 38% of the urban population, like I told you in starting, India's population, average population of urban is 38%. Karnataka's is also 38%. So, this is a little old data, okay? And next one, there is something called as Karnataka Urban Water Supply and Drainage Board, okay? That is KUWS and DB. It caters to 314 urban areas, okay? So, this urban areas does not include Bangalore, because for Bangalore we have BBMP, right? So, here 252 urban areas receive surface source water, while 62 receive subsurface source water. So, in this, 61 ongoing drinking water supply schemes have a budget of 450 crores. Okay, so there is something which you have to remember, 450 crores. Okay, the board aims to commission 15 water supply schemes. 5 schemes are already operational. Where is it operational? One is in Hole Narsipura, okay, Alnavara, IIT campus Dharwad, Honnalli and Annigere towns. Okay. So, this particular question is like this. So, what are the facilities which are provided under the Karnataka Integrated Urban Water Management Investment Program? Okay. It's very easy, it's direct, okay. Everything is dealing with something else. Only this is about water, okay. So, we'll quickly have a look at this, okay. So, Karnataka Integrated Water Management Investment Program, it was again, initiation was in 2014, okay. The objective was improving water resource management in urban areas, and support is investment support provided to modernize and expand urban water supply and sanitation, okay. So, there is a special funding here, okay, by Asian Development Bank, okay. Now, Asian Development Bank will give 2,584 crores, including 975 crores in ADB share, okay. So, what are the other facilities which are provided here? One is the underground water drainage, okay. So, continuous water supply to selected towns or cities, reforms in urban local bodies, and the coverage is about 377 square kilometers. It benefits a population of about 13 lakhs, okay. And the timeline for this scheme, it spans for 10 years and it is expected to be completed by March 2024, okay. Now, the current progress for this is that there is an allocation of rupees 100 crore for this project, and expenditure already till November 2023 is 121 crore. So, totally it will add up to 221 crores, 100 crore which is given, or 121 crore which is already spent, okay. And here it is implemented in tranche 1 and tranche 2. Tranche 1 is under the projects of water, underground water, which is undertaken in Davangere, Harihara, Ranebennur and Byadgi towns. Tranche 2 is works undertaken in Mangalore, Puttur, Udupi and Kundapur. As you can see, all of these are areas around Davangere only, and this is all in the coastal area, right. Okay. Now, before we move ahead, okay, to BBMP, we have a small mains question to discuss, okay. So, write down this particular question, okay. I want you guys to generate points quickly, okay, and we will be discussing the points also. I will show you a model answer also, okay. So, Bangalore has recently been faced with has recently been facing an impending water crisis. Online also, just write this question down quickly. We'll generate the points. Okay. Bangalore has been facing an impending water crisis. What are the reasons for this problem? What are the reasons for this problem? Suggest government initiatives and solutions to address this problem. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Just write down, don't write the full answer. Okay, just write down small keywords which is enough to justify the answer. After that we will discuss the answer. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Okay, online everybody take a pen and paper and try to write this down. Okay, time's up guys. You almost took 5 minutes. In this, actual answer only has to be written in about 7-8 minutes. Okay. First we'll brainstorm, then we'll look at the points. Okay. So see, always an answer has to have 3 parts: one introduction, one body and one conclusion. Okay. So always a question will ask certain parts to the particular thing. Now here, can you tell me how many parts have to be written in this particular question? 3 parts. What are the 3 parts? And solutions. Okay. See, let me tell you that there is another part which you guys are not noticing. That is the first statement. Whenever a statement is given and then a question comes, that means to say that the first part of the question has to be elaborated in about 3 to 4 lines. It's the same thing only. ಆ ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ 4 ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ. Okay, that is very important. When they give you a statement, you have to elaborate that statement. It goes without saying, right? And then you come to the 3 parts. Okay, one is where they ask certain this thing, If you look at this, enumerate the reasons attributed to this. Also state government initiative, the state government initiative, it's capital S, okay, it might not look like it, or government initiatives you keep, and the solutions to this. So there are 3 parts, okay. So first, can you tell me any good introductions? We'll look at this, okay. Just tell me your introductions. What have you introduced it with? Anything?
Population is very compared with population.
Okay. ಅದು ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಆ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ನು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀರ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್, ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಲೇಟರ್. ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕಾಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಸನ್, that there is a population and the water which we are getting and the population is not commensurate with each other. That is, there is a demand supply mismatch anta helbodu. Okay, ಆಮೇಲೆ what is the population of Bangalore? 1.5 crores. Okay, ಸರಿ ಆಯಿತು. 1 crore according to one survey it tells 95 lakhs, 1 crore, 1.2 crore. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, because there is not a census, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ varying data ಇದೆ. Okay, other than that, how much liters of water do we use every day? At least 25 liters. 55 liters is per day is that this thing, that Jal Jeevan something. 2,800 million liters per day. Okay, that is how much we use. Okay, overall. Not, I did not ask per capita anywhere, no? Bangalore I'm asking. And okay, any other reason? So this was the first point, demand supply mismatch. There ಏನಿದೆ? Depletion of groundwater. Okay, very good. Why do you think it happened? Urbanization, concrete roads. ಆಮೇಲೆ failure of monsoon. Very good, super. Encroachment of lakes, very good again. Okay, there were about 1,000 lakes in the beginning during independence. Now how many lakes do we have? Only about 80. Okay, so 1947 to ivaga about 80 to 100 lakes we have. Okay, so some of the surveys tell it is 80, like the government tells it is 100. Okay, but okay, whatever it is, it has reduced to more than 90%. Then any other thing? What are the man-made reasons? Okay, good. You can categorize it this way also. Okay, fine. Anything else?
Overuse of chemical fertilizers led to contamination of water bodies.
Okay. Overuse of chemical fertilizers, fine. Contamination of groundwater, but okay, you can tell that. Then next one. Increased borewell consumption. So borewells have gone dry. So recently, the recent data tells us that more than 700 borewells have gone dry. Okay. Then anything else? Dependency on seasonal rainfall. Okay. Correct. Okay. So climate forcing, global warming, fossil fuel dependency. Okay. These things can be written. Then anything else? Heat waves. That is nothing but global warming only. One more name. Anything else? ಅದು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋನು. ಆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ರೀಸನ್ನು. ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್? ಆಯಿತು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಾ ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ದೆನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ you can think? Okay, now tell me the government initiatives. Sorry? Okay, next, anything else? Jal Jeevan is for rural, it's not for urban. Anything else? Illi Bangalore ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಲ್ಲ? Community rainwater harvesting. Okay, good. Then? Okay, good. Then? ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಅದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಕಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್. ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಸಿ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೂ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆನೂ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. You should somehow try to manage it equally, and that's very important. Okay? Or else you will show that you have knowledge in some parts and you don't have knowledge in some parts. Even if you don't have, it's very obvious that ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ some people will know more. Okay? Some subjects, some people will know less. In that particular thing, you should just try to manage in some way that it doesn't seem that you know less. Correct? Okay. Now we'll see what can be written. Okay? And how you have to represent this. Okay? So this is something which I try to write within the time frame only. Okay. So when you look at this, okay, in your question maybe this word is not there, but first one is the statement. ಆದಮೇಲೆ enumerate ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ just ಒಂದು basic clarity ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ that wherever this term enumerate comes, ಹೀಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ಆರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸು ಆ ಥರ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಂಬರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ 1 2 3 4 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಎನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್. ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ನ್ಯಾವಿಗೇಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ this you guys can see. Okay, Bengaluru, once hailed as the garden city, is now facing its worst ever water crisis, as told by a report by IASC, as told in a report by IASC. Okay, so you have to always quote that. Just statements will not work. Yavaglu on report to one statistics or quote madadre matra ninge marks sigodu. Okay, this is how it works in mains. Next, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ, ಸಬ್ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಾಗೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನಮರೇಟ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್. ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ವರ್ಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೀಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓಕೆ, ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೇ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಅ ವರ್ಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್ is first one, encroachment of shrinkage of lakes. Okay, you have to try to represent it through a graph on pie chart adu idu ellanu irbeku, or else you will not get extra brownie points, right? 1000 lakes ivaga 80 lakes ide, so number of lakes in Bangalore has shrinked. Okay, after that there has been a 88% loss in vegetation, andre mara gida illa, right? So 88% loss in vegetation. How are we getting this? A report by IMD, okay, Indian Meteorological Department. So ivaga ಎಷ್ಟು trees ಇದೆ? 1.5 million trees are there in Bangalore. Next one, like I told you, demand supply mismatch. Okay, so this is another representation which you can see in your answer. So ee representation alli we have given ourselves a weighing scale, okay, one takdi. In that 1.2 crore population ide, 2800 million liters per day ide. Okay, so you can see that there is a demand supply mismatch. Okay, there is one representation of how you can show. So per capita water availability is less. Okay, idadmele next one more reason is that groundwater recharge is not happening and aquifers and borewells are running dry. Okay, so about 7000 plus borewells have gone dry, right? Next one, high fossil fuel dependency. ಈ high fossil fuel dependency ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು vehicles ಅದು ಇದು ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there will be a lot of pollution, lot of greenhouse gases are emitted, global warming ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Global warming ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ heat, so water sources will be depleted. Okay, so this particular thing is called as a positive feedback mechanism. Okay, it has an amplifier effect on the environment. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು encroachment of Rajakaluways and connectivity is cut off. Okay, so when Kempegowda created Bangalore, okay, there was a system for all the lakes which was there. Okay, so Can you name a few lakes in Bangalore? Bellandur Lake, Hebbal Lake, Sankey Tank, Hesarghatta Lake, Hosur Lake, Dharmambudhi Kere, Kempambudhi Kere, so many are there. Okay, Dharmambudhi is nothing but majestic. Kempambudhi is Baswangudi. Okay, so all of these lakes which were there, see, I'll just show you here only. All these lakes which were there in Bangalore would be connected to one another. Okay? ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ನೀರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ it would automatically flow to another place. ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೀರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ it would flow to another place. And this is how in Bangalore for many years floods situation was not happening only. But now what has happened, okay, there is encroachment in many places, this Raja Kaluves everywhere, stormwater drainage. There are places, ಈ buildings ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ they close off this particular place, okay, for their building, for the prestige builder, for some showbar developers to get water, they close this particular place. ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, this water would have tried to come here but it will raise. Okay, so eventually when this water tries to be over here only, all this sediments is going to come here and lot of siltation is going to happen in the lakes. When siltation starts increasing, that leaves less water for the lakes to have as water absorbers. So eventually what happens, this leads to drying of lakes. So one of a measure for solving this is desilting of lakes. Okay, encroachment, clear the Raja Kaluves. There is so much of encroachment, allalle building katbitirtare. Okay, so there is one more thing. Okay, after this, next we have had a El Nino year. Okay, so generally summer, this is fine, this is all okay. But on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಥರ technical words you have to try to use. Okay, El Nino year with climate change forcings adding to the heat. Okay, so these are all the reasons which you have listed. You can of course give more. Okay, illen stop agalla. There is of course more reasons. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ next few government initiatives are there. There are n number of government initiatives. It doesn't end here. Okay, it goes on and on and on. AMRUT 2.0. Have you guys heard of this? Okay, AMRUT 2.0 is portable drinking water to cities. Okay, ನೀವು ಜನರಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು in mains answers ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಜಾಗ ಇರೋದು ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, you cannot write more. Next Karnataka integrated urban management program, ಇವಾಗ just ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ, just that around some 2500 odd crores are coming, assistance from ADB. There is one thing which we can see and notice. Next, one more smart city program. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಇದೆ, smart meters, leakages, identification, all of this is there. Next, something called as city water balance plan. Okay, so city water balance plan ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು sources ಇದೆ ನೀರ್ದು, okay, how to use it, and all these things will be told by BWSSB. Okay, so next we have Bhujal, okay, which is for groundwater recharge, Swachh for drinking water. It goes on, it doesn't stop here, ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇಜಾನ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 5-6 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ಏನಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಸ್ 3 I's. 3 I's ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ನೆಸ್, ಇಂಟರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ Raja Kaluves. Okay, so this is something which you can use. Next one, reclamation of lakes and regenerating it. You can quote a case study over here. Like for example, near JP Nagar there is this lake called as Saraki Lake. Okay, so the community there, they have engaged in it and they have tried to preserve this particular thing, and they have again reclaimed this lake, regenerated this lake. Because of this, it is seen that a report tells that surrounding area near there, it's actually Bengaluru bere jaga iro temperature ginta it's some 2 degrees lesser. Okay, and along with that you can see community rainwater harvesting, Okay, so if this is made compulsory, it will go a very long way. Okay, ಇವಾಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ, but when water comes, at least for the future, this thing. Okay, next, Lotus HR. So transfer of technology from Netherlands. So this is again something which you can use. Grey water management. So grey water management, ಇವಾಗ National Green Tribunal, it has brought in so many technologies wherein third degree filtrations can happen. Grey water andre basically the washroom, kitchen ಇಂದ ಹೋಗೋ ನೀರು. So that can be treated, okay, again and again, where it can almost be made pure. And ಅದನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಕೆರೆ ತುಂಬಿಸಿದ್ರೆ, okay, this is something which an IISc scientist is telling. Okay, at least this thing, other needs will be met, right? So apart from this, legislative and judicial assistance to declare water emergency. Okay, this is also something which you can see. Okay, and at last you can tell that Bengaluru is a engine of growth to propel India to a $5 trillion economy. So this will become elusive if synergy isn't achieved by individuals, community and government as envisioned in SDG 6. Okay, I think I've told you the importance of SDGs. You can keep using it again and again. Okay, which talks about clean drinking water and sanitation. How you can make this answer even more better? Okay, I will tell you the lacunas of this answer also, because I had to write it in time. Okay, so one thing which you can do is in this solution, you can again categorize them as short-term solutions, long-term solutions. This is something which you can do. Okay, and other than this, in government schemes also, you can categorize it as international efforts, government efforts, Karnataka efforts. Okay, this comes with a lot of answer writing practice, but generally, see, you will have 7 minutes to 10 minutes to write every answer. You have to just keep writing and keep going at a very fast pace. ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. Okay, introductions, conclusions, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 10 ಇಂದ 20 you have to keep it ready ಇಟ್ಟು you should just like ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ತಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವೋ like that only, everything has to be ready. You just have to keep putting there, going and thinking and generating everything is very difficult, right? Okay. Next, we come to when BWSSB was established. Okay. So BWSSB was established in 1964. Okay. So this was the year of establishment. BWSSB, as you all know, is where we have it totally takes care of the urban areas of Bengaluru. Okay, wherever BBMP operates, there almost you see that BWSSB also operates. Okay, so it is formed by the state legislature. Okay, under which act? Under BWSSB Act. Andre Bengaluru Water Supply and Sewerage Board Act only is in charge. So what can you infer from this? That BWSSB is a statutory body. Statutory body means that it is established by a law. Okay. What is the jurisdiction of this? The jurisdiction ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ BWSSB ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ಒಂದು BBMP ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲನೂ BWSSB ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? It is about 800 square kilometers of area. Next, BWSSB has certain mandates. Mandates means it has to do certain things. It is a job and responsibility of this. Okay. ಇವಾಗ whenever I am reading this mandate, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನೀರು ಬಂತ ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು we'll think of these mandates. Okay, so in this, first one is adequate water supply to meet the demands. Okay, so ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗುವಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಬರಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅ ಸಿವರೇಜ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎನ್ಶೋರ್ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿವೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, prepare and implement plans and schemes for augmenting the water supply and sewage disposal. Okay, fourth one, levy and collect water charges on a no loss no profit basis for system sustainability. This is something which is very important. Okay, BWSSB profit motive in the kelsa madala. Okay, it works on a no profit no loss motive. Okay, last time water bill. Okay, next one, achievements. So idra achievements enu? Generally, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ like we get two types of water. Have you observed this? One is from the bore wells. Okay, second one is Kaveri. So that is similar to how Bangalore gets water also. Okay, Bangalore gets water from two sources. one is from this thing, one is from the Kaveri water, second one is through ground water. ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೋಗಿದೆ? ಎರಡು ಹೋಗಿದೆ. Okay, so okay, after this almost you can see that the implementation of the sewerage system improvement projects focusing on sewage collection, conveyance and treatment works. Okay, andre ee sewerage lines ide for grey water management, idu aa water na treatment plant set up madidare, collection centers set up madidare and conveyance. This is also one more achievement which BWSSB has made in all these years. And apart from this, you can see that there are certain recent projects of BWSSB also. Okay, one is that 14 sewage treatment plants have been made. Okay, ee sewage na ee water waste na collect ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ treat ಮಾಡೋದು. So with a total capacity of 124 million liters per day. Okay, ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ವಾ, what is the total demand of Bangalore? 2800, that is what I told. ಇಲ್ಲಿ sewage treatment plants ಇಂದ 124 million liters per day already ಬರುವಷ್ಟು capacity ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. That is an achievement. Still long way to go, but still. Next, installation of 8 intermediate sewage pumping systems. Okay, 8 intermediate sewage pumping systems. Okay. Next one, laying of 214 kilometers of trunk sewers or sub-mains. Current progress, okay, is physical progress 40%, sewerage transmission lines which is 112 kilometers. Just data, right? So recent initiatives is that it provides underground drainage facilities to 110 village areas of BBMP. Okay. Then tender which is awarded for a total of 925 crores. The project duration is 36 months. Almost it has been completed. That's 99% has been completed. Okay. And apart from this, you see that the cumulative physical progress, that is we told that it is 40% has been completed. In this 1544 kilometers out of 1549 kilometers is completed. Financial progress is 836 crores. Okay. And after this we come to sanitation. Okay, so usually SDG 6 also talks about this drinking water and sanitation anta helti. Sanitation andre enu? Sanitation andre it is nothing but whatever human waste is there, excreta is there, that is collected, transported and carefully disposed. Adanna sanitation anta karite. Okay, simple. When human waste is collected, transported and carefully disposed, that is called as sanitation. And it promotes health and quality of environment and quality of life in a community. Sanitation is one of the most important aspects of community well-being because it protects human health and extends lifespan and is documented to provide benefits of the economy. Okay. Next, after this we come to this particular thing, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Swachh Bharat program. Okay. So what is the main objective of Swachh Bharat program? Can you guys tell the answer? Option B. Okay, it's actually very easy. Illi promoting cleanliness is correct, but in rural areas anta kottidare. Okay, so Swachh Bharat Abhiyan anta just asht matra kotre, it is mainly talking about the urban areas. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan rural anta kotre, then yes. Okay, so B is the answer. So it was launched on Gandhiji's birthday. Okay, so dry day 2nd October 2014. Okay, so the main objective of Swachh Bharat mission is mainly to eliminate open defecation. Okay, open defecation means I guess you guys know. Okay, so and to ensure scientific management of municipal solid waste. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಸಿವರೇಜ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್. Okay, so Swachh Bharat Abhiyan ensures that open defecation is eliminated by creating a toilet and sewerage lines. But also many times we see that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is not very successful. Why? Because it's more of a behavioral thing where people who even after construction of bathrooms, they try to still go to the field only. Why is that? Because there is a nudge which is required. Okay, It comes as part of behavioral economics, right? And state has envisaged construction of 3.2 lakh individual household latrines and 11,033 community toilet seats, 5,407 public toilet seats, 3.2 lakh individual households have been constructed by the end of November. Okay. Now there is something called Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0. So, idu yavag announce agiddu budget 2021-2022. Okay. So, this comes with a 5-year implementation period under 2021 in the 2026 work. So, what does it mainly aim to achieve? One is garbage free cities. Okay, by the going rate of population seems very elusive. Okay, garbage free cities. Next one is ODF status. Okay, there is something called ODF, ODF plus and all. Okay, but ODF plus status, raise awareness through IEC, okay, activities and citizen outreach. Okay, and after this, water management, sanitation, solid waste management, all of this. So, the action which is the action plan which is approved is by a high powered committee with a total project cost of 5,000 crores. It comprises of the central government share of 2,000 crores and state government share will be about some 1,439 crores. Okay. So, you see that the state government share is significantly lower because it's a centrally sponsored scheme. Okay. After this, we come to this AMRUT. Okay. So, when was AMRUT launched? 2014 or 2015, right? That's 1 year after Modi ji came to this thing. Okay. So, before we discuss about this AMRUT, okay. So, what does AMRUT stand for? AMRUT stands for Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation. Okay, Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation. So, under this, it's a centrally sponsored scheme. Okay, centrally sponsored scheme which was launched in 2015. Okay. So, what is the amount of sharing between center and states? It's about 50 to 50% sharing cost. Okay. So, how many cities will be selected under this? There is in Karnataka. Okay. In total India, 500 cities. Okay. In Karnataka, correct. Okay. And what is the main this thing? What does it mainly aim to achieve, AMRUT? What is it about? It's mainly to do with water supply. Okay. So, mainly to do with water supply and things like this. So, sewerage and septage. Okay. Storm water drainage, grey water management, capacity building. Okay. So, all of these things. This will come under which ministry? Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Very good. So, right now there is something called AMRUT 2.0 also. Okay. So, this AMRUT 2.0 tries to give the status of water secure cities. Okay. Water secure cities. So, here this AMRUT 2.0 will last till 2025-2026, right? And it tries to give functional potable water connection to urban spaces. For rural, we have Jal Jeevan Mission. For urban, it is AMRUT. Okay. So, here when it comes to Karnataka, you see that it covers 27 cities in Karnataka. With what is the criteria for a city to be selected? It should have population of more than 1 lakh. Okay. So, definitely Bangalore will be there. Okay, it has to be there. What was the population of Bangalore in independence time? It's about 7.5 lakhs. Okay. Now it is close to a crore. Okay. So, and by 2030 there is a projection that within the next 5 years will be 2 crores, double, right? Ivagle traffic onsari nenskolli, okay, avaga hengirutte anta, okay, like you literally sit in a car and everybody who's walking will be faster than you, right? Anyways, next. Okay, fine. Why do you? What are the problems of? How will you solve the traffic problem in this thing in Bangalore? Railway. Okay. Metro. Then. Okay, fine. Public transport ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಕೆ ರೈಡು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹೋಮ್. ಓಕೆ ಯಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದೆನ್ work from home, except the companies, everybody is happy. Okay. Anyways, next. Expanding the cities. Okay. That is, I think what you're trying to tell is satellite towns. Okay. So usually satellite towns concept ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. So city ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ, okay, ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತು satellite towns ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, instead of them coming back to the city, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. Okay. So that way ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಕಂಜೆಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್? ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಾವು ಬೇಡ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು? ವೈ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಮ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವಿನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಯಾರಿಟೀಸೂ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿ ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಅಗಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದು ಇದು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕಾರ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಸಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಸ್, ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಕಾರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫ್ಲಡೆಡ್ ದ ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಬಿಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್, ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ 8 o'clock, ಆಫೀಸ್ ಹೋಗೋರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫೀಸಸ್ ಅಟ್ 9 o'clock, ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಆಫೀಸಸ್ ಅಟ್ 10, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಫೀಸಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ಸ್ 11, 12, ಈ ಥರ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಬೆಲ್ಲಂದೂರ್ ಆರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್, you will see that ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ it will be entirely flooded. Okay, again ಸಂಜೆ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ if you go, you can have babies there, but traffic ಅಂತೂ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, right? So this thing can this particular huge traffic influx can be solved with this allocating time differentially. And apart from this, the biggest thing is this K ride, which I think you guys would have already studied. Okay, K ride andre suburban railway. So suburban railway, recently I was watching one interview of Tejasvi Surya, and ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹಿಂದೆ there was one more interview. I think he got it from there, but at least I'm happy that one MP is watching all these reports. So what exactly happens? He tells that road ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ cars are only going to accumulate and it is again going to flood. He tells that this suburban railway could be the only solution to Bangalore's traffic problem. Again, apart from this outer ring road, okay, it can be widened, and this thing that can also be the solution. This Namma Metro, there are new lines, yellow lines, everything which is introduced. Okay, and more something called as intelligent traffic management system. Okay, so that can also be incorporated. Anything else which you can think of? So there can be a culture of this cycling, hoverboards, these things have to be encouraged, wherein this is no pollution also, and hatra hogokke now it's seen more as a prestige symbol. Illinda hatra hogokkunu you have to go on a two-wheeler only. Okay, you have to have some big bike only. Why is that the case? Okay, in a cycle it can be, trust me, in on 5 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ cycle will be faster than a car. Okay, and anyways, so coming to this, so these could be a few solutions there, right? Anyways, coming back, so about AMRUT. Okay, so Government of India has allocated about 5,000 crores for 5 years and 4,500 crores for water supply and underground water schemes. So there is a cumulative expenditure of 4,400 crores and 30.72 crores is the expenditure which is already made. 17 works have been completed by November 2023. Okay. And when it comes to AMRUT 2.0, as I told you, it aims to give a status of something called water secure cities. Okay. Water secure cities tries to give water tap connections in the cities. So water tap connections, heg barutte andre, there are few things which are over here. One is something called as city water balance plan. So this city water balance plan is to be implemented by a urban local body andre BBMP in our case. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ first it will identify one circular, it will give one particular report telling that what are the sources of water which we already have, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ already sources ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, so this is something called a city water balance plan, ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, like you know balance sheet, right? So ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು city water action plan. Okay, so city water action plan, first ನಾವು city water balance plan ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. So it's more like identification. If you have to solve a problem, you have to identify that there is a problem. So that's the first step. Second one is city water action plan. Under the city water action plan, they will try to tell how to derive full value of the water. Okay, how to derive full value of the water andre, like based on the principles of circular economy. Okay, so they will try to derive the full value of water. Andre already one kade use ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ water na ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Like for example, something which you use in kitchen that can be used for washrooms after one level of treatment. Okay, so ಏನಕ್ಕೆ like for washroom also you need some pure Bisleri water? No. Okay, like that. So one level of treatment you can use. So like it will try to derive full value of water. Okay. So this is the main function of this particular thing, and something else called as Jan Andolan mission. Under this Jan Andolan mission, there is community participation, especially of women. Okay. They involve a lot of NGOs, SHGs and everything to try to educate and conserve water. Okay, so these were extra things under AMRUT 2.0, in which we see that, like I told you, 1 lakh population irbeku, 287 cities, and green spaces development. Okay, so for urban water supply coverage, 38 water supply projects are underway with 66.27 crores spent in November 2023. Okay. After this, we come to the next one, which is Smart City Mission. So Smart City Mission is something which was launched in 2015. Okay. So the objective is to develop cities as smart solutions that directly impact the needs of the cities. In Karnataka, 7 cities are selected under Smart Cities Mission. First phase alli, Smart Cities program alli, 100 cities were selected. Okay. Adralli 7 cities are from Karnataka. So in this we see 6,524 crores have been allocated. Is 6,524 crores alli 3,256 crores is coming from Government of India. So 3,267 crores is coming from Government of Karnataka. So you can see almost 50% on almost. Okay. So by the end of this particular year, November 2023, we see that 5,928 crores have been spent. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು 600 crores ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸಿಟೀಸ್? ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ, ಮಂಗಳೂರು, ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ತುಮಕೂರು. ಓಕೆ, after this we come to urban transport. Okay, so under urban transport we see that urban transit is crucial for mobility. Okay. So if we see that urban transport, it has a huge multiplier effect. Multiplier effect andre roads ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದು, okay, then obviously petrol consumption will also reduce, okay, pollution will reduce. So when we factor in all these things to development, we almost see that it has a 6x multiplier on development if roads are very good, okay. So and transportation facilities are very good. So in this particular case, we see that it must manage density while moving people and goods efficiently. So movement can be of two types. One, people will move, or freight carriage. Freight means goods will move from one place to another place. So here urban transport is planning to aim for efficient and balanced system that supports human activities. Sustainable transport requires changes in planning considering broader impacts and solution options. Land use and urban transportation are all interconnected, okay. After this, we come to an institution which is very, very important when it comes to establishing any kind of urban transport facility, which is called as DULT. DULT means Directorate of Urban Land Transport, okay. So can you tell me what is the answer for this? Coordinating Urban Transport Project, okay. It's actually very simple, okay. Anyway, so Directorate of Urban Transport, DULT, they should have made the questions little difficult, okay, it's too skittish. Anyways, so this Directorate of Urban Land Transport is established by Government of Karnataka in 2007 under Urban Development Department to coordinate urban transport projects, okay. So Karnataka is very unique because it is having exclusive directorate, okay, of urban land transport. Many of the states don't have this, okay. We have an exclusive directorate for urban land transport. So all the land transport initiatives of Karnataka urban and local planning areas, and it manages the state urban transport fund, okay. So here there is introduction of qualified personnel trained in urban transport policy. Illi usually ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ urban transport policy ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ people who come here will be trained under this, okay, will be given some special emphasis, will be given some special training for the first time. The vision is to gain national and international recognition for planning, designing and delivering sustainable mobility solutions, okay. So they will ask them that heng solutions ivaga ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವೋ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ they will try, okay. So engaged in various sustainable urban transport initiatives in Karnataka, including service level benchmarking in Bengaluru, policy formulation on parking, comprehensive mobility plans for 16 cities and feasible solutions for mass transport system, okay. So this DULT, what we saw, Directorate of Urban Transport, it is collaborating with BBMP and other city corporations on non-motorized transport initiatives, okay. It is leading the implementation of suburban rail projects in Bengaluru through something called K-Ride for improved intra-city connectivity and traffic management. So this is what I was telling you about, K-Ride. K-Ride is nothing but like how Mumbai is very successful in managing its traffic because it has local trains, right? Here also we want to introduce this local trains through something called as K-Ride. Got this? So what is this K-Ride? It is nothing but Bengaluru Suburban Rail Project, okay. Ministry, there are two ministries. One is Government of Karnataka, one more is Ministry of Railways from the center, okay, central government. Under this, Bengaluru Suburban project was first proposed when? Anyone can give me an answer for this? 2000? 10, correct. Okay. So what is this K-Ride initiative is basically, like I told you, it's Government of Karnataka and Ministry of Railways. Two things will come together to give this, okay. So it will give a major boost to rail infrastructure projects in the state of Karnataka. Okay, so it's also a example of cooperative federalism. Cooperative federalism, competitive federalism, you know what this is? Okay, cooperative federalism is where the states and the center, everybody will work in synergy with one another. They will share their resources and they will try to solve any kind of problem. This is an example for cooperative federalism. Okay, like recently you know of the Rameshwaram bomb blast with an IED device. Who solved it? NIA. Okay, but before that, do you know that police of various states like West Bengal, Telangana, everybody came and they were ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ and it's okay to work with each other. This is an example of cooperative federalism. Okay, andre federalism means what? Division of powers between center and states. Okay, so here cooperative federalism means we are cooperating with each other. It could be anything, security, development, anything, right? Here also it's an example of cooperative federalism. Competitive federalism andre, like for example, you guys have heard of something called aspirational districts program. Aspirational districts program is given by Niti Aayog, where about some 110 most backward districts are selected. I mean, various indicators will be there, like drinking water yaar chanag madidare, okay, sewage lines yaar chanag madidare, education el chanagide, healthcare facilities el chanagide, innovation el ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. Now in all of these cases, they will arrange all these districts by rank. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಓ ನನಗಿಂತ ಇವ್ರು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, ಓಕೆ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. You'll get that particular feeling. So over here also the same thing is happening, where all the districts will compete with each other to become better. Okay, so competition is a healthy competition here, right? Next one, so this is obviously a train system, for local train system for Bangalore. So the headquarters of this will obviously be in Bangalore only, okay? And it aims to become a benchmark in executing rail-based infrastructure projects with agile, innovative and qualitative manner, okay? So it collaborates with BBMP and other city corporations on non-motorized transport initiatives, okay? Leading the implementation of suburban rail projects in Bengaluru through K-Ride to provide for intra-city connectivity and traffic management, okay? So this is mainly for curing traffic problem only. This particular solution is trying to be provided, okay? So you can see that this thing will stretch in so many of these places, okay? There is a small map which is given. All these trains will run to different places, like how our metro is running, and it will try to ease the congestion, okay? This will be a local train. Any of you have been to Mumbai? So there, have you guys happened to travel in local train? Okay, almost every area it will go. So once this is fully implemented in few years, okay, we never know what is few years, because I remember that ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ when I was in school, ನಮಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ, ರೈಟ್ ಅ ಲೆಟರ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ದ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ now I am sure that ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೇ ಬಿ ಒಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಮೈ ಡಾಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಸನ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಅ ಲೆಟರ್, ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, ರೈಟ್ ಅ ಲೆಟರ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ದ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್. ಎನಿವೇ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೂನ್, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, ಸಂಪಿಗೆ, oh, there's a song, no? What is that? Yeah. Oh, correct. Mallige, Sampige, Parijata, Kanakambara. Okay, idella K-Ride ge. Okay, anyway, so this particular thing, okay, in 4 particular stations, it's all named after flowers, as you can see. Okay, this will give particular stations ge connectivity. Okay, these are the 4 lines you can see here. Okay, next to, so this Bangalore Suburban project, it is to finish in 6 years ante. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ 2030 ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಬಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ 2030. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 8.9 lakh daily commuters and promoting transit oriented development. Okay, because metros have gotten too crowded. Have you guys noticed? Like model at least metro was a nice thing to go. Ivag almost to, it's almost like going into Hitler's gas chamber. You go inside almost usradake in madi usradbeku and finally you come out, right? It's almost like ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಜನನೇ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಹಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ L&T awarded civil work for 25 kilometer from Bayapnalli to Chikbanavara and 27-month completion period. Preliminary works are underway. Okay, so tenders are floated for civil works for corridor 4. Okay, and procurement, operation and maintenance of rolling stock on PPP project. Okay, so this is very good on PPP project because government ನಂಬಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದರೆ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ phase 1 ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ರೈಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ರೈಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ what is this thing? You guys tell me. 20? 42.3? Anyone with any other answer? D? Okay. So the okay, if you can see here, okay, this one is 42.3 kilometers only. Okay, and that is phase 1. Phase 2, phase 3 ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, phase 1 is what we saw in the beginning, what was launched. ಅಂದರೆ purple line, green line. Okay, so this was phase 1. Okay, so it is initiated to enhance public transportation and alleviate traffic congestion in Bangalore. So Namma Metro ಅಂದರೆ our metro, obviously we all know. Okay, it's an integral part of the transformation of urban transport, offering green solutions. And after Delhi Metro, we are the second largest metro, right? Delhi Metro, if you guys have been there, okay, it's like immense, huge. It's almost like namdu 10% illa anta ansbidutte. Like it's not actually ansutte anta ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, because there are like literally so many stops and so many lines, almost it's very difficult to even keep track. ಒಂದು ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕೆ 5 ಸರಿ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, right? So here we are the second longest operational metro. We are covering 73.75 kilometers. Yellow line will be launched very soon, right? Once that comes, we'll get connectivity to a lot more places. And it is inaugurated as the first underground metro system in South India. Okay, underground metro system andre underground hogutte, overground hogutte. Okay, so all these things. So underground, elevated and at grade stations operating at standard gauge tracks. Okay, standard gauge tracks andre you know that there is broad gauge, narrow gauge, meter gauge and all. Okay, so joint venture between government of Karnataka and government of India and state government of Karnataka. Next, phase 1, like we discussed, is 42.3 kilometers. It has been operational for several years. Okay, the routes are east to west from Bayapnalli to Mysore Road, north to south from Nagasandra to Elchenhalli. Okay, and after this, overall if you add, it will come up to 42.3, green line, purple line. Next one, phase 2 includes extension and new lines. So initially you saw that it was from now from where to where is the purple line? Bayapnalli alla, now it's gone to Whitefield. Then this side Challagatta. Okay, so from Challagatta to Whitefield. So initially it was not that much, no? Slowly one project, this thing has been added. So very similarly over here, this includes extensions and new lines. Okay, totaling 75 kilometers with 61 stations. Estimated project cost estide about 30,695 crores. Okay, so notable line is reach 6 new lines underground from Dairy Circle to Nagavara, progressing with high physical and financial progress. Okay. Next one, Bangalore, the phase 2 has 2A and 2B. Okay. So 2A and 2B has construction of outer ring road, okay, airport metro. Phase 2A. Have you guys been to Chennai, any of you? Chennai, you see that outside airport hogid takshana metro ide. Okay. So like that, airport metro will be there over here also. And phase 2A is Central Silk Board Junction to KR, to Krishnarajapuram. And phase 2B is Krishnarajapura to Bengaluru International Airport via Hebbal. Okay. And estimated project cost is about 14,788 crores. Okay. And apart from this, you also see that it is progressing with significant land acquisition and utility shifting completion, aiming for this to be completed at June 2026. That is our target date to be completed. And phase 3 will be 45 kilometer. Idu innu barak tumba time agate yankandre phase 2 nu innu nadita ide. So 45 kilometers is a very huge thing. Now this is called as Outer Ring Road West Metro. Okay, phase 3. So here it includes from Kempapura to JP Nagar 4th phase. Okay, and Magdi Road to Hosahalli Metro Station. Okay, to Kadabagare. DPR approved by Government of Karnataka, awaiting Government of India approval for construction. Okay. Fine. After this, Namma Metro BMRCL. Okay. So here you know that Namma Metro, a question can be as simple as who initiated or who is responsible for project details of Namma Metro. It is BMRCL. Okay. So initiated to enhance public transportation and alleviate traffic congestion in Bangalore. Okay. Fine. After this, what is the current number of wards in BBMP? The options are a little wrong here. Let me just change it. Okay. What is this thing? Huh? 198. Okay. Presently it is 225 watts. Okay. So 225 watts is how many watts is there in BBMP right now? Okay. So it was 198 watts. Okay. Ivaga recently 225 watts. Okay. So it is formed in first BBMP. You know what it was called? It was called BMP. Okay, Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike. Adadmele 2008 alli we became 2007-8. That time we became Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike, BBMP. Okay, so it was formed in 1949 by merging two separate municipalities responsible for city and cantonment areas. Okay, so cantonment area, you know that it is the defense, which is usually this thing. So it was merged at that time and it came under civil control itself. Initial population was, like I told you that time, it was 0.75 million, which is nothing but 7.5 lakhs. Okay. Ivaga we have close to 1 crore. So it was started with 7 divisions and increased to 50 divisions. City expanded to 87 wards in 1991, 100 wards in 1995, okay, 198 wards in 2007. Right now there is 225 wards. Okay. Presently, it comprises 8 zones. BBMP has 8 zones. Okay, all this municipality elections and all, you will generally know this. RR Nagar, Bomnalli, Dasaralli, Mahadevapura, Yelhanka, Bangalore East, Bangalore South, Bangalore West. These are all the divisions. Okay, now BBMP initiated numerous projects including flyovers, underpass, okay, and grade separators, signal free roads to improve traffic flow. And in 2023 and 24, it sanctioned 3,000 crores. For what? For special infrastructure projects. Okay. Then also BBMP is also responsible that Belage Bandu, they will have one truck which will come with one song and they will collect something, no? They collect waste. Regular ag barala, but still bartaralva. So that is why waste management initiatives. So right now they tell us, but generally now madalla, but that you should keep wet waste and dry waste separately, right? So apart from this, formation of Bangalore Solid Waste Management Limited Company with 51% share of BBMP and 49% share of state government. Okay, so this is to enhance solid waste management effectiveness. Okay. After this, when was BDA established? When was BDA established? Anyone? 1976. Very good. Okay, so what is this BDA? Okay, this is BDA. Let me just change this. So here it was established in 1976. Okay, this was an improvement or a successor of City Improvement Trust Board. It focuses on planned development, quality infrastructure, site provision. It was allotted 76,000 residential sites to individuals since inceptions. Okay, so usually site ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋವಾಗ BDA approved ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ. Okay, so usually BDA ಎಷ್ಟು site ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ residential sites 76,000 sites they have given, right? It has provided 800 civic amenity sites to public utilities and organizations catering to local needs. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆವಾಗ ಇವರು 800 ಸಿವಿಕ್ ಅಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ BDA ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, next one, Directorate of Municipal Administration. So Directorate of Municipal Administration is the establishment was in 1984. It oversees the affairs of city corporations and urban local bodies in Karnataka. Okay, so again it excludes BBMP. Okay, because BBMP is in charge of Bangalore. Adu bittu. So legislative governing municipal bodies. So Karnataka Municipalities Act 1964. Okay, is responsible for city municipalities, town municipalities and town panchayats. Corporation Act 1976 anta ide, it is responsible for corporations. Okay, usually towns we classify it under 3 headings. First one is town panchayat. Okay, population 10,000 10,000 ಇಂದ 20,000 ವರೆಗೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಟೌನ್ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೌನ್ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇರುತ್ತೆ 20,000 ಇಂದ 50,000 ಇದ್ರೆ. And city municipal council will be there from 50,000 to 3 lakhs. City corporation will be from 3 lakhs and above, right? So this is nothing but it is almost the same as your 74th constitutional amendment. Your 12th schedule alone is there. Okay, there also there are similar classifications. Okay. After this, there is the 15th Finance Commission grants which are there. Now under this 15th Finance Commission grants, we see that the central government has allocated a total of 1,282 crores to urban local bodies of the state. Okay, so the grants has been divided in 2 parts. Number 1, 60% are tied grants. It should be compulsorily used equally for drinking water supply and solid waste management, and remaining 40%, okay, is united and it can be used for basic infrastructure facilities which are enshrined in the 12th schedule. So 12th schedule, I am pretty sure all of you know that it is for municipalities, right? Last scheme, which of the following is not a priority area under Chief Minister's Amruta Nagarothana phase 4? Okay, can you guys try? Power generation, because the other 3 things are there. We'll see what are the things which are there. So this was something which was initiated in 2017. Okay, so here it prioritizes drinking water, road improvement, drains, footpaths, traffic management, storm water drains, office buildings, toilets, bus stands, market complexes. Idellanu ide. Okay, but power generation, if you notice, illa, right? So ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 158 ಕೋಟಿ. Okay, 158 crores till November 2023. So ivaga, okay, we come to a little mains perspective, that is focus on hassle-free citizen services. Like generally if you look at citizen services, there are a lot of things when it comes to the central government. But when it comes to the state government, there are few softwares and few things which are there which will ease the citizens' ease of living. Okay, now what is there? First one is something called Bharat Bill Pay System. Okay, so this Bharat Bill Pay System ಏನಿದೆಯೋ, it has been integrated with something called as e-Swikruti software. So e-Swikruti software and this BBPS integrate ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ you see that it is ease of online payments, right? ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ processing POS device and payment gateway integration. Next one, development of Asti Kanaja software. So Asti Kanaja software is mainly for this land records digitization. Okay, so it is there in ULBs, urban local bodies ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so they will do surveying and everything, and it is computerized so that litigation ಈ cases ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next one, implementing 3D drone technology in property surveys. Okay, so already property surveys, irrigation, these things and all are there. Ivaga next in 2-3 years only, one more thing which is coming up is drone taxis, it seems, in Bangalore. Okay, don't know how that is going to work. Anyways, next steps towards trade license integration. Trade license integration and mobile app development. Online property registration and mutation through e-Asti application. Utilities management application for OFC and mobile tower for auto forward and deemed approval auctions. Okay. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ solid waste management. Okay. So under solid waste management, we see that municipalities are entrusted with fundamental task of solid waste management. Bengaluru ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ BBMP ಇದೆ. Okay. So challenges ಏನಿದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ, one is rapid urbanization, diverse waste composition, lack of public awareness, inadequate infrastructure, disjointed waste management approaches. ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ these have exacerbated the situation, ಅಂದರೆ they made it worse ಅಂತ. Okay, so Karnataka comprises 315 urban local bodies, okay, including BBMP. BBMP we all know, but ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು city, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ city, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ we have one urban local bodies. Total number of urban local bodies is 315. Okay, this is a very important fact, right? So ಎಷ್ಟು ton generate ಆಗಿದೆ? 11,085 tons of municipal waste ಎಷ್ಟು daily generate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? 11,085 tons. Okay, 1 ton ಎಷ್ಟು kg? 1000. Okay, so 11,085 tons of solid waste every day it is being generated. Okay, so issues to address this is e-waste. So definition of what is e-waste? E-waste is nothing but electronic waste. Okay, it encompasses discarded electrical and electronic devices ranging from computers and smartphones to refrigerators and televisions. Okay, so generally e-waste is mainly increasing a lot these days, mainly because technology is going very fast. So once technology goes very fast, the old things will become obsolete. Okay, obsolete. So here, if we look at some old thing, on 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ BlackBerry phone ಇತ್ತು, ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಆಂಡ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂತು, ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಂತು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ದೇ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲಕ್ಸಿ ನೋಟು ಅದು ಇದು. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್, ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್. ಅದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಶಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಡ್ರಾಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್. Okay, but anyways, what this basically caters to, or how it increases, is something called e-waste. Now e-waste, there is this concept called as extended producer responsibility. Extended producer responsibility andre eno? It is nothing but the producer who is producing electronic goods will take up the responsibility of collecting this e-waste, okay, and processing it and trying to cater to all of the things very efficiently. Andre they will see that this waste is not very harmful for the environment. They will dismantle it and discard it in such a way, right? So rapid technological advancement have led to shorter product life cycles. Challenges is that there is a formidable challenge for governments and substantial public health risks and witnessing exponential growth. Management requirement is effective e-waste management. It necessitates separate collection, efficient treatment and proper disposal methods, diverging from traditional landfill practices and open burning. integrating the informal sector with formal processes is crucial. Okay, fine. After this, a regulatory framework, competent authorities must establish mechanisms for safe and sustainable handling and treatment of e-waste. So, who is responsible for this? Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. They have formulated some rules which is called as e-waste management rules 2022. I think in 2018 there was one question in UPSC also about e-waste. Okay. Next, ಏನೇನು issues ಇದೆ urban development ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಒಂದು climate change commitments. Okay. So COP21 in Paris, we made something called INDC. Okay, INDC means intended nationally determined contribution. Okay, what do we mean by intended nationally determined contribution? It means to say that India itself will go and tell that, see boss, I am going to reduce this much. Okay, it's a voluntary contribution. ಆ ಥರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ದೇಶನೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವಿಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವಿಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಎಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಹೋಗಿ 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 ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ನೆಗೋಷಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಚೈನಾ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಓಕೆ ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾ ಅವ್ರು ಇರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ನೆಗೋಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ and they will try to fix targets. So under this something called INDC, intended nationally determined contribution, we have told that we will reduce our carbon emissions from 33 to 35%. Okay, 33 to 35% by 2030 from 2005 levels. Okay, ನೀವು Kyoto protocol ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ the Kyoto UNFCCC ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ that you have to reduce 5% of emissions of 6 greenhouse gases from 1990 level ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಂದರೆ ಆನೆಕ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಎಮಿಷನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬೈ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟು ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸು ನಾವೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Right? Next one, electric mobility as a solution. So electric mobility ivaga it seems as a viable solution to address these challenges. ಏನಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೀಪಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಲೋನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೂಟಬಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗಾರ್ನರಿಂಗ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, so there is something called YK Malik committee which suggests that you have to promote a lot of this electric vehicles under something called national mobility for electric vehicles, right? Next one, energy efficiency program, national mission for energy efficiency program alli. Okay, next one, balancing energy demand and environmental sustainability. Electric mobility aids to balancing energy demand, storage and environmental sustainability. Next one is reduction in carbon emissions. So if you see that for this transition to electric mobility could save nearly 1 gigaton of carbon dioxide emissions by 2030. Okay, next, impact on air quality is also going to reduce. Okay, each electric car on the road contributes to reducing harmful air pollution, benefiting the future generation, ultimately sustainable development. Okay. Amele other issues to address is that energy consumption in transport sector. Bureau of Energy Efficiency anta ಒಂದು institution ಇದೆ. ಈ Bureau of Energy Efficiency which comes under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, this tells that the transport sector consumes 18% of the total energy of India. It is equivalent to approximately 94 million tons of oil. Okay, the projected energy demand is also going to reduce annually to meet the growing energy demand. ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಎಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ 142 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ರೋಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು 123 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಆದಮೇಲೆ next, green bonds. So when we come to green bonds, what are green bonds? Green bonds are like one paper which is given. Okay, ಈ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೀವು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನನಗೆ ನೀವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ದುಡ್ಡು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ನಾನು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದು 5 ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೊ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ which are issued by sovereign entities, intergovernmental groups, alliances or corporates. ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. The proceeds from these bonds are earmarked for projects categorized as environmentally sustainable. Okay, so sovereign gold green bond framework is issued for a framework of sovereign green bonds on November 9, 2022. Right. So the impact of climate change according to International Finance Corporation, okay, so which is a World Bank Group institution. Climate change poses significant risks and to communities, economies and vital sectors such as agriculture, food and water supplies. Okay, so this particular thing, International Finance Corporation, it also comes up with something called masala bond. Have you guys heard of this? Okay, like this, for every country in its own local currency, it comes up with its own bond. Like for example, there is something called dim sum bonds. Okay, correct, very good. Okay, so what are the organs of World Bank Group? IBRD, International Development Agency, then International Finance Corporation, after that MIGA, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, and ICSID. Okay, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎರಡೇ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್? IBRD and IDA. ಅದರ್ 5 ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಫಿನಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿವೇಸ್, what are the challenges to urbanization? Challenges to urbanization is unbalanced urbanization. Okay, regional imbalances due to Bangalore centric development leads to pressure on infrastructure and services in the capital city. Okay, so accelerating urban development in other regions while addressing Bangalore's need presents a significant challenges. So totally there are 9 challenges to urbanization which we have mentioned. Second one is urban land management. Land na manage madodu is becoming more and more difficult because land prices, speculation, growth of informal settlements andre slums idella jaasti adre the land thing will also become a very big problem. Okay, innondu poor land management, like for example it's so easy to have disputes in land. Ivaga imagine ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ you have gone and registered your property under Property Registrations Act. Okay, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರ. ಅದು ಮಾರಿದ ಮೇಲೆ that person will come and ಅಂದರೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಬರೀ ಸೇಲ್ ಡೀಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ. ನೌ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ, ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ಡಾಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಅ ಕೇಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? ಇಫ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 year, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕೇಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದೆಮ್. ಆ ಕೇಸ್ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಓಡುತ್ತೆ. Because of all of these problems, what is basically happening, there is lot of problems when it comes to titles with respect to the properties. Next one is urban housing. So there is lack of adequate housing. Okay, failure to address housing needs. It infringes the basic, like roti kapda makan anta ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, even that makan, that is nothing but housing, that is also not taken care of. Okay, next, infrastructure gap. So infrastructure gap, you see that despite government's initiatives, ಎಷ್ಟು urban infrastructure ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದ್ರು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು, there is always a demand supply mismatch. Okay, next one, roads infrastructure. So like I told you, roads ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ pollution ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and everything will become more. Okay, in this case there is inadequate capacity, poor quality and obstacles such as potholes leading to traffic congestion and accidents. Environmental sustainability. So inadequate water, sanitation, waste management, air pollution, all of this possesses health risks. There is something called brown agenda issues coupled with green issues and climate change issues challenge the ecosystem of citizen health. Okay, what is this brown agenda issues? It is nothing but development. ಅಂದರೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾವು ಮರನೂ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಮರ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಮರನೂ ಇರಬೇಕು ಉಸಿರಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. Okay, so there is brown agenda issues with green issues. Avagale already notidange there is so much of vegetation loss, right? So urgent need for urban environmental management plan. It is tailored to specific cities like Bangalore, Hubli, Mangalore, Mysore, okay, and other things. Next one, e-waste management. Okay, so in this, social security and insurance. Social security andre enu? Insurance, pension, these things. So usually we almost 90% of India belongs to the unorganized sector. Unorganized sector andre they will usually not have any insurance pension. Okay, so in this case this is again a very serious challenge, because by 2047 that is when we'll become a developed country, something called Vikshit Bharat. Okay, so by when we become 2047, there is an aim that we will become 100% insurance coverage will be there. Okay, IRDAI, GIC, all these projects are implementing this. So again, ishtu cities, ishtu population ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಶೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರೋದು, ದಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಮೇಜರ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್. Okay, again after this, urban planning and governance. So under this you see that decentralizing finance in urban local bodies management, working towards sustainable development goal 11. What is sustainable development goal 11? Sustainable cities and communities. Okay, next, infrastructure development, that is nothing but flood control and infrastructure development, investing in digital technologies and PPP for infrastructure development. Okay, so that's it. Now you guys have a small test over here, which is nothing but the same this thing which just distributed. Okay, so in last also there is one this thing. Just take the so it's almost the same questions which you have seen only. You can just quickly, you will just take 2 minutes because all of them are dead easy questions. Just tick all of them and then after that you can leave. Okay. Sorry? I'll ask them to get.